This is Coretta. I've opened the windows. I've done it several times in the past. Yep, because I like
It's
to
10,
cause
10
drama.
o'clock at night, and she got the windows wide open.
Does, because I'm the enemy, and I like to cause drama in my own
She wants me to do something to her.
No, I don't.
She wants me to yell. She
do
wants me to
nothing.
bring a scene
You won't
for
do
she can
nothing.
act up.
I will do it. I do it all. Rashad does nothing. He's innocent. He doesn't do anything. He's the perfect gentleman.
Stop. Leave the window.
Right?
I
Right,
want the
Rashad?
windows closed
I'm
in this
speaking on
house.
your behalf, sweetheart. You
I
don't
want
do
the windows
nothing.
closed.
Why?
Because they don't need to be open, wide open for all the neighbors
Oh.
to see, and it's cold.
Oh.
It's too cold, and I don't want it on my baby.
Oh, you don't want it on your baby.
No, I
But
don't.
do. So I'm gonna keep.
Stop.
I'm keep giving you credit.
Stop,
I'm the
Coretta.
crazy one. Oh, you gotta push me
Stop.
now.
Stop.
You gotta push me now
Stop.
because you feel threatened.
Stop. 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 For real. Stop.
Stop. Stop. You'll hit me again. You'll
Stop.
hit me again before the night is up. You will.
Stop.
I promise you will.
Why are you doing this?
Cause I can. You'll hit me. I'll be bleeding. Something will happen. Hi everybody.
Hey, this is
me,
Rashad
Coretta.
Johnson. I'm a believer in God. My wife is going through a spiritual warfare.
No,
She's
I'm
not
not.
crazy. She just had a baby.
No, I'm not.
Just
I did. And
just
guess what
on the
he's done?
13th.
Guess what he's done to me today?
I ain't did nothing
That's
to
it.
you.
Why are you pushing your hand on my chest?
I'm
Rashad?
not
Am I
doing
touching
nothing.
You?
You know what? Let's go.
Keep it
on.
100. Keep
She's-
it 100.
You're trying to
I
make
don't
a
care what.
scene.
Can't nobody judge me but God.
And this ain't and
You
he's
are not
judging
perfect
you.
by far. What,
I haven't
which
did
wife,
nothing to
which,
you.
which wife am I?
It don't matter what
Which
wife.
wife am I? Tell him.
Don't matter what wife.
And what happened to the last one?
She divorced.
She divorced you? Why?
Yes, she did.
Because you were a perfect
No,
husband?
because the enemy used her
The enemy
too.
used her, and then what happened
Yes.
to the one before that?
That was the last one.
No? You
Oh,
been
I was
married?
I was
How many
married
times?
3 times. So
Okay.
what? I mean,
There you go.
what? What's I supposed to be ashamed of that?
No,
Is that a
I'm
big
not
shame?
supposed to be ashamed of what? What's going on?
I hope y'all are watching how spiritual
Good.
warfare works.
What is, explain it to them so they understand.
Some of these people that already watch already done talked to them
That's
about
fine.
it. So they already know.
Okay, I don't care. You
I'm not
act
gonna
like I
say
care.
nothing. I'm not gonna do
I
anything.
don't care. I don't care what nobody said. Ain't nobody judging me.
She's opening up all the blinds and windows to try to make a scene to get us put out in our apartment. I said, you know what? I just have to go ahead and show the world what spiritual warfare looks like.
Exactly.
Because this is not a regular argument, people. Now she wants to be calm.
No.
Since she's on,
No.
you told me to go
No,
on
I
Facebook
don't care.
Live. You told me to go on Facebook Live, so that's what I'm doing.
No, you're doing this for your own benefit.
No, I ain't never showed nobody my argument.
Well,
I ain't never
okay,
showed the
well, now
enemy.
you can put that on
I
your
ain't never showed.
checklist.
I ain't never showed
Now-
people the
now you can
enemy
put that on
on
your
how the
checklist.
enemy works.
You right.
So, thank
Hi,
you,
everybody.
thank you.
Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's
everybody.
embarrassing, but I know
It's
who.
not embarrassing
It
to
is
me.
embarrassing. It
Why
is embarrassing.
You the one press live. That's your fault.
No, because if I didn't, you was gonna act up some more. But you still gonna show up. I'll just wait.
That's fine. I got
We'll
all
just
night.
wait.
I got all night.
I'm sorry, I had to put my business out there for
No,
the
you
whole
didn't
world to
have
see
You
how
didn't have
how
to.
the spiritual warfare
How
works.
you work. How you work.
I haven't did nothing to you, Coretta.
Okay, Rashad. So why do that? I don't have nothing to hide. I'm still gonna be me. I didn't do nothing to you.
You didn't open these windows?
Yes, I did.
You didn't open the door?
I did.
You ain't screaming out loud?
I did.
You ain't take the car about 50 million times
what did
today
you
and
do?
hide the
And
car?
what did you do, dear?
Go look for it and find it.
Oh, and then what? Took
Hit
the
it.
battery out?
Before you won't take the car.
Oh.
Because you're trying to take both cars.
Oh, but whose cars are they?
There are cars
Can you
because we're
show-
married.
Can you show the Facebook Live people that they belong to you? Exactly. I don't care what any of those people have to say. They're not living in my shoes. They know everything on Facebook ain't real. It's called Facebook for a reason. Because everybody on there be faking.
I'll post videos of showing y'all some other
That's
stuff
fine.
that she done did.
That's fine. But he won't show you what he's done.
No, this is not what God
This is
do.
exposure about his wife. That's so sad.
This is not what
That's
God do.
doing what?
This is
what
not
that?
God do.
You're trying to,
I'm
you're
sure.
trying to
I'm
show them
exposing.
what? Exposing
I'm
me for
showing
what?
with
Why
the
do
enemy.
these people need to
The
know
fight
your
is not
business?
with my
You keep
wife. It's with
involving
the
so many people in
principalities
your
that's
business.
controlling
It's not
her.
even funny.
It's the
That's so
fight.
disrespectful. Because what are they doing for us? Are they helping
I'm
us?
showing them what the truth. They
Are
don't
they
have to help
helping
us.
us?
They don't have to help.
So
They will
what is
see
the
what the
purpose
truth
of doing
is.
that and putting your business.
They will see what
out
the
here.
truth is. They will
That's
see what the
fine.
truth is.
That's fine.
They will see what the truth is.
I don't even care. I don't even care. Trust me. Dion Earl Crow, that's who set the bar very high. So these people and nobody else could bother me at all. Trust me. Trust me. Because if they're smart, they know there's 3 sides to every story. Mine, yours, and God's. Period.
When you have a high,
3 sides. Anybody in their right mind?
Julius,
Listen,
I'ma tell you what about God.
I have a bachelor's degree in psychology. Everybody in their right mind knows that there's 3 sides to every story. His, mine,
why are you poking me
and
in my
God's.
head?
Because
Why are you poking me in my head?
To give you more witnesses.
Stop.
That's what
Stop.
you want?
Stop.
Hi, everybody.
Stop.
He's being tormented
Stop.
by the devil, me,
Stop.
his wife. Right, I'm so terrible. He feels so threatened. Look at him, being so dramatic. Please, Rashad, please. So fake. Stop it, stop it. Oh, Lord.
This is not my wife, people. That's not the woman I married. That's not my wife.
People.
This is what God do. No, God don't do this. The enemy does it. And when you read your Bible, you'll understand that, Julius. You'll understand
What
that.
he needs to be doing is trying to talk to me one-on-one instead of doing
When
this.
I
But
did
this
try
is
to talk
messy.
to you.
This
No,
is
I
messy,
did. I've been
but
trying
I'll
to
give
talk
you
to
a
you.
show. I don't have no problem. I got all night. But like I said, is he a man of God? A man of God wouldn't be doing this. This is what he wouldn't be doing.
Then you
But
tell
you
me.
want to know, I don't have the answers. But if you guys are following God, you know, and if you have a wife that is causing, or you're having problems in your relationship, you would not do this.
We
This
don't
is
have
messy.
problems.
This is called messy book.
We don't have
when
problems.
people do stuff like this to expose their
We don't have
spouse, but
problems.
they love them.
We don't have problems. I'm exposing the enemy. I'm exposing
tell me
the
this
enemy.
is of God. This is of God.
I'm exposing
This is
the
of
enemy.
God.
I'm
This is
exposing
of God.
the enemy.
You guys, when he
I'm
posts stuff
exposing
about
the
God,
enemy.
remember what
This
he
is
did
not my
tonight
wife. I love
to
my
show
wife.
you. No, he don't.
I
This
love
is
my
not
wife.
love.
I love my wife.
What he should
This
be
is not my
doing is
wife.
talking to me instead
This is
of
not my
doing
wife.
this and talking
When
at me
no,
because I'm not
when I
his
was
child.
trying to talk to you,
Talk to me.
you
No,
fought
no,
me,
you didn't.
hit me in my face
There's
and
a
everything
difference.
else. It's
Again,
stop.
I am a psychology major in my right mind. I've been working for the school district. Keep the camera on me, boo. Because it's my time to shine. Right, thank you. Laughing face, exactly. I've been working for the school district for 25 years, okay? This is my 2nd marriage. My husband, since he got all the answers, who does this? So like I said, he want to put me on camera, I'll give y'all a show. No problem. Exactly. Turn it off. He's supposed to be a Christian.
No,
He's
I'm
supposed to
showing
be a
y'all what
Christian.
spiritual
But
warfare
y'all-
is.
but y'all
I ain't
following
said
him?
nothing, but you seeing how my wife is acting
No,
out.
you don't have to say nothing.
I don't have
This
to
for
do
me.
anything, 'cause
You
I'm
put
gonna do the
you
godly
put-
thing
he
and
put
show
the
you.
camera out for me to show.
No.
give y'all a show,
I'm showing
right?
you what the enemy does.
No, you
y'all
put
gotta
it
know.
on
Y'all gotta
for
know
me. I'm
firsthand.
not the
I
enemy.
never did this.
No.
And I've been going through it for
Anyway.
about 2 years
No,
with my
he
wife.
been going through it
No.
all his life with all
No.
his wives.
Y'all know I'm a believer.
No, you're
Y'all
not.
gonna show. I'm gonna show
Y'all,
you.
I'm telling you, this is not what a man of a believer does.
Then you tell me what a man of a believer
Ain't no
does.
pastors on here exposing their relationship and stuff.
Because don't
Ain't
nobody wanna show the
anyway,
truth.
No,
Don't
this
nobody
is
wanna
not
show
the
the
truth.
truth.
This is disrespectful to me. This is disrespectful to our marriage. Period. And I'm keeping it 100. And if y'all know who he is, and he's sitting here posting scripture after scripture, tell me if he's right for what he's doing for right now. What is he doing right now? Is he right? Let's just keep it run 100. Is he right as a Christian man, a righteous man, to do this instead of talking to his wife one-on-one and dealing with it like a man? Period. Not do this. Because what none of them can do is judge me.
They're
If
not.
you're-
I'm not showing you so
It
they
don't
can
matter.
judge you.
But
I'm showing
so
you
what is your purpose? To show them what?
how the enemy works.
Anyway, I'm not the enemy. I'm Coretta Lee Brady.
No, you're not.
And
Your
I'm married
actions
to
is not
Rashad
showing it.
Johnson.
This is not my
But
wife,
no,
people.
No,
This
ain't
is not
nothing
my
wrong
wife.
with me.
I'm not trying to expose my wife. I'm trying to expose the enemy.
Anyway,
this is not my wife.
That's his way of trying to
Y'all
change
that done met her, no, this is not her. Y'all know who I am.
Anyway,
the ones that really know me. I'm not doing this to expose
so turn the
Coretta.
shit
I'm
off.
doing to
Turn
show
the shit
what
off.
the enemy
Turn
does.
it off,
When
Rashad.
spiritual warfare.
Turn it off. I'm gonna give him a
You know
shot.
what? If
That's
you
what
want to
you
think
want.
it's very disrespectful, that's fine.
It is
If you don't want to
disrespectful.
follow me, that's fine.
Don't follow
but I'm
him,
showing you
'cause
what
he ain't gonna
the
get you to
enemy
God.
does.
He ain't
If
gonna
you
get
could
you to
tell me
God
what's
doing this.
If you could tell me,
get you to God doing this.
if you could tell me how spiritual warfare is,
no,
then
this
go
is not
ahead.
spiritual warfare.
This
is
is
a
spiritual
argument
warfare.
between
No, it's
me
not.
and you. But you
Who's
keep trying to
arguing?
flip it because I'm not
Who's
moving
arguing?
a fool.
Who's
Like
arguing?
I
I'm not arguing.
You exposing
I love my wife.
All your followers gonna see that this is wrong.
No,
Don't
Dexter. I can't do it no more.
No,
I gotta expose how the enemy work. Because if I tell anybody, don't nobody understand it. Don't nobody.
And I asked my husband to talk to me.
She's constantly
I asked
talking.
him to talk to me.
She's constantly
'Cause
talking.
You need to talk to me, not them.
Hey, I let everybody see what's going
It's
on.
whatever. I got all night. This ain't.
I'm
fake.
not wrong, Darren.
Yes, he is.
If you're not a believer
He
in
is
God
wrong.
and you don't know what spiritual warfare is,
Call him out.
y'all don't need to. Whoever don't want to follow, don't follow. Whoever don't want to watch this video, don't need to watch the video. But for those that,
your baby crying,
I hear her crying.
Go take care of your baby.
I
See
sure
what I'm
will.
saying? He'd
No
rather
problem.
do this than
No
take care
problem.
of our newborn baby.
No problem.
Exactly.
No problem. Why are you following me?
Come on, because I'm a mother and that's my baby.
It don't take two of us to
No,
hit
yes,
the baby.
you do, because you got me on live.
The new baby.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's not coming from our baby. It's
Oh,
coming
which
from
one
Raymond.
is it coming from?
It's coming from Raymond.
Okay,
She's-
get Raymond. See? Come on, baby. Because I'm the enemy, right? I don't care about my kids. I'm just all over the place. But I'm the one that just had these babies recently.
No. I know about spiritual warfare. You can't tell me because I've been living it for about 4
You
years.
put your wife on video on Facebook Live doing spiritual warfare.
Then
What
walk
you do
away.
is
Coretta.
get on your knees
Coretta.
and pray for your wife.
Coretta, I've
That's
been
what
praying.
you do. You ain't
I've been
got on
praying.
your knees to pray
I've
for
been
me.
praying.
When?
I have prayed. I've
When?
been trying to
Not
fight.
right now.
Yes, I
Not
have.
right now.
You ain't embarrassed?
Not right.
Walk off. I'm not following you.
I don't care.
I'm not following
no,
you.
you did this. I'm giving them a show.
No, you're giving them
I'm
a show
giving
because that's
them
what
a
the
show.
enemy
No,
does.
I'm not
You
the
just
enemy.
had the show outside.
I'm not the enemy, Rashad.
If I go outside and speak on the words,
No,
she'll
you
follow
need
me
to go
outside.
outside. You
She'll
need to
follow
go
me
outside.
outside too.
No, I won't.
You've been doing this all day.
Go outside then.
No.
Okay,
Leave me
exactly.
alone.
See what I'm saying?
Why are you following me?
Come on, Christian.
Why are you following me?
Come on, Christian. Righteous man.
I am righteous. I'm sorry.
Oh, so when did you pray for your wife today? When?
All day today.
Why don't you do it right now? Show them what you can do. Why
Get
not?
on my knees on camera and pray.
Yes.
I don't need to do that. I don't need to prove nothing. I don't need to prove nothing to you, but
gotta
I have
prove, But
prayed.
you gotta prove to them that
I
I'm the
gotta
enemy.
show you what the,
You
I gotta
gotta show
what,
them,
I gotta
but you
show them
can't
what
show them
spiritual
how you can pray for
they
your
can't-
wife.
They ain't never went through spiritual warfare
It don't
like
matter.
this.
What
They
you
don't know
should
the
be
difference
doing
on
is praying
spiritual
for
warfare.
your wife and praying for our marriage
You need to
instead
then-
of telling them
then you
to
need
show
to
them
pray.
me. Why? Why are you showing them me?
You need to pray.
They real?
You need
they
to pray.
gonna see?
It don't matter. I don't care.
You're so immature.
Hey, let me be immature. Don't none of these people have to follow me, talk to me ever again because I serve one God. And that's all that matters to me. And I'm going to expose and do God's work and show people what spiritual warfare looks like. You just watch my wife have a tirade and say what I'm not doing, even though she knows and my children knows what's the truth. I come, she opens doors. She done had the doors, windows wide open. I didn't get to film that one, but if I upload a video to show y'all the truth, Dexter, I'm not answering it. I'm not answering it. I'm showing people what spiritual warfare is. Y'all can think I'm crazy or not. Yes, we got 2 new babies and she left them in the house and was gone for about 2 days and want to leave
No,
again.
I wasn't. I just got out the hospital. When,
Why are you-
Rashad?
why are you yelling?
When did I get out the hospital?
Why are you yelling?
And I've got stitches in my
Why are
stomach
you yelling?
right now.
And
But
you-
I'm
and you
crazy.
just followed
You
me
don't
outside
care?
with no
And I've been
shoes
to the
on.
hospital 3 times. Right.
Why are you yelling?
Why are you talking to them?
She's yelling because she wants the
I'm
neighbors
yelling.
to
Don't
hear.
tell them why I'm yelling. I'm grown. I'm 38 years old. I can tell
We're
them
in
why
an
I'm
apartment.
yelling.
You're
What? What you doing? You talking low?
Yes, I'm talking low.
Oh,
right
really?
Now. Yes, I am.
Which one are you? Because you all over the place.
I need
one
you to
minute
stop.
you a Christian, one minute you humble, you holding my hands, look at me, let me talk to you. Then let me go on Facebook Live so I can expose who you are, enemy. I'm your wife.
I know who you are.
Really?
The fight is
When
not
have you
against
shown
you.
me love
It's
today?
not- I
When
tried
have
to show you.
When?
I'm gonna show you love right now.
Oh, right now.
Now you want to show me some love? Give me a kiss. See, look at her.
Come
You
on.
see that? You see
No,
that
I'm
devilish
trying to
stuff?
kiss you.
see that? That's
I'm
not
trying
how
to
she
kiss you.
tried to bite my
No,
lip.
I did not.
No, stop.
Oh my God.
No,
You're being so
stop.
dramatic.
No.
You asked me for a kiss?
No.
Oh my God.
I'm not embarrassed. The fight is not with my wife. It's not with Coretta. That's not the woman I married. The fight is with the principalities that's controlling her, people. Trust and believe. I'm only doing this. I ain't never did this
Ain't nothing wrong
before.
with your wife. Ain't nothing wrong with me.
No.
Ain't nothing wrong
It is.
with me.
Coretta, what do you call
I'm
it then?
still a mama. I'm still Coretta. You the one.
No.
You the one doing this. I'm gonna give him a show. It's whatever.
All she got to do is go. If I go in the other room, she'll
Go in the
follow
other
me.
room. Please do. Go. You show them you're right and I'm wrong. Go ahead. Exactly. Bye, Facebook. Show's over.
I need y'all to be totally honest. And I'm being serious. This is for real, for real. This is for real. I'm not playing. I need y'all, this is God's work. Explain to the people that this happens all the time.
It happens all the time.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
No, say it louder.
It happens all
Who
the
are
time.
you?
I'm your son.
And what do you see her do all the time? What have you done seen her did?
Get angry?
And do what? Stuff that's not of her character, right?
I'd say so, yeah.
How long has she been gone?
Over a day.
You live with us, Riley. Put a shirt on. Put a shirt on. Tell the people the truth, please. Because I don't need nobody thinking I'm trying to be mean to my wife. I love my wife. I know what spiritual warfare is. I know my wife. No, I'm going to do this because I got to expose what spiritual warfare is. It's that bottom line. It's that bottom line. I don't care about who's saying what. People need to know the truth.
This happens all the time. Like, it's happened a lot. Like, I'm at this point, like, I don't know. Like, I see it too much. You know what I mean? Like,
Do I do anything wrong?
nah,
Do I start arguments with my wife?
no.
Do I love her?
Yeah.
Do have you seen her put her hands on me?
Yes.
Have you seen her lead the kids by themselves and follow me out the door?
Yes.
Have you seen her open up blinds and curtains to get us evicted from our apartment?
I just had to close all the windows and stuff.
Have you seen me break down and cry? Many times, right?
Yes.
What she's doing is a front, right? This is not, she's playing for y'all, but y'all don't understand what I have to go through. It's people that I done talked to that don't understand spiritual warfare. They may read about it, but they don't experience it. The reason why I'm experiencing it and why I experienced it in my last marriage was because I try to live a righteous life. And the enemy knows who I am. And God done spoke to, look, man, a lot of y'all may know me before I gave my life to Christ. And I was a womanizer. I was a hoe. I lied. I cheated. I did all types of stuff that I'm not proud of. But I'm not ashamed to let y'all know. It don't got nothing to do with her having these babies. This was something that she was doing a long time ago. This is not about fixing my marriage. This is what y'all need to understand. I don't know if y'all listening to me. This is to show y'all what spiritual warfare looks like. When you're in an argument, look, people argue. We all done been with somebody, you have an argument, and that's it. One person goes one way, the other person goes the other way. But when you're trying to talk and you can't get your point across and the other person is yelling and screaming and you can't say what you want to say, then you're going through a spiritual fight. This fight ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I have not did nothing to my wife. I never posted videos. I talked to selected few and tell them what's going on because I need somewhere that I could open up and talk to. But it was just to the point, if I did not do this, the enemy, she spoke to me in third person. See, y'all don't understand what I got to go through, and y'all ain't here to see it on every other weekend or every 2 weeks. Y'all not here. If I did not want to be with my wife, I won't wear my ring. If I did not want to be with her, the enemy wants me to divorce her. He wants me to go back to who Rashad used to be, the sleeping around Rashad. He wants to frustrate me going through this spiritual warfare so I could bend the knee and say, I can't do this no more. But God gives me the strength to endure everything. Everything. Everything I done got is because of God. I was the one that was homeless 2.5, 3 years ago. I was the one that was homeless. And if I hit any of y'all up, none of y'all would have gave me somewhere to sleep or even a pot to piss in. I was homeless. I'm the one that had to go through a divorce and lose my family before my wife and lose my twins in abortion because she was supposed to be a godly woman. This is something that I done seen in that one and I'm seeing in this one. No, see, you don't know me, baby. You don't know me to say this is a personal. No, this is not about me exposing Coretta. My fight is not with Coretta. It's with the enemy. It's with the principalities. It's with the rulers in dark places. That's who I'm fighting. That's what the Bible said. If any of y'all know this, then why God speak about it? If God's speaking about it, then what? Whew. No. See, this is, look, let me take y'all on a walk. I've been getting tormented and fighting with my wife since 3 o'clock. This is not normal. This is not normal, people. I'm not scaring nobody in my family. Don't say that because you ain't here to see them, Pastor. You should know more about spiritual warfare than anybody else. But I don't know if you're teaching it. And I ain't trying to, she done open up the windows. She opened up the windows for all the neighbors. She opened up the windows for all the neighbors to hear what's going on. I closed the windows. She's yelling. But this is not spirit. This is regular. This is normal. Look at her, laughing. Look at her. She's laughing. Windows open. This is not normal. These ain't the type of apartments for this. Let me tell you what I've been going through since 3 o'clock. So y'all can understand what I had to go through today. Y'all don't even understand. My wife, I love my wife. Can nobody tell me that? God knows the truth. And that's all that matters. I care less what any of y'all want to think. I didn't have this on today. I just put this on because I've been going through it with her all day long. Let me tell you how this worked. Let me tell you what happened. So, today is Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. Monday night, right? Monday morning. Now, my wife, we just came back from the hospital from us having our newborn baby. Our baby was born on the 13th, okay? We was in the hospital for about 5 days. So the baby been at the house for almost 2 weeks now, okay? So, but my wife had a C-section. Now, her C-section didn't heal properly, okay? Her C-section didn't heal properly. Stop saying that this is not their business. Hang up. Don't watch it if you don't want to be in part. If you don't want to be a part of this, then stop watching it. It's not a mental breakdown, boo-boo. You don't know me. You don't know my wife. It's not a mental breakdown. She's not having a mental breakdown. I've been going through this with my wife for 2 years. Dexter, stop calling me. Stop calling me because ain't nothing you're going to change is going to make me change what I'm doing. I'm explaining because I got to explain and I got to put the truth out there. So, my wife has a C-section. Monday morning, she has to go to the local doctor to get her C-section looked at because she was bleeding. Okay, so she wakes me up around 8 o'clock in the morning, she tells me that she got to go to the local doctor, Riverside Hospital. I said, okay, cool. Go ahead. I'll watch the babies. Whatever. Right? So she goes to the hospital. She comes back. Later on that night, this is Sunday. I'm sorry, this is Sunday. This ain't Monday. Later on, this is Sunday morning when she goes to the doctor. Monday morning, she gets bit by a spider, I believe. I believe it was a spider. And thank you, Kenneth. You're the first one that wanted to put the Lord in it. Thank you. Out of everybody else, they want to say what I'm doing and what I'm not doing, but ain't nobody saying what you just said. So I appreciate that. So my wife, okay, this is what she did. So she had got bit. So she had to go back to the hospital from 10 o'clock in the morning till 3. She was at the hospital because our medical is not out here. It's out in Whittier. So she would have been out a lot faster, but she had to go to the county hospital. And since it's not a life-threatening, they kept her in there. So the whole time, I'm with my 1-year-old daughter and I'm with my newborn, right? And I'm watching them the whole time. One after another, feeding one, changing one, feeding the other. I'm not getting no sleep. But it's life. You got to suck it up. And you have to, you got to just deal with it. So she comes home. I console her. She tells me what's going on. I go pick up the medication. The whole day's good. The whole Monday is good. 8 o'clock come, my wife is knocked out. I haven't had no sleep since earlier that morning around 5 o'clock. I haven't had no sleep. I've been up with the baby back and forth even before she even went to the hospital. So she comes home, but I haven't had no sleep. Now my boys is there. They helped out a little bit, change a diaper here and there, feed this one while we doing, when she was at the hospital, feed this one. But I had to still go do things because it was my youngest daughter's birthday. Okay, she just had a birthday party this past Sunday. But we're in Monday now. I'm sorry. So 8 o'clock comes, she goes to sleep. Now, remind you, I haven't had sleep all day. I've been up since probably, 5 o'clock, up, but throughout the night I was on and off. We're taking turns watching the newborn, shifts. We're doing shifts. And I wake up, we both fall asleep around 8. I finally get some sleep. But I only slept for about 2 hours because the newborn was asleep around the same time we all was asleep. So when I heard her crying, I woke up. So it was only about 2 hours. I stayed up with her till I want to say 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, if we're doing shifts, I could have said, you know what? I did my 2 hours. She went to sleep. She woke back up. Here, baby, it's your turn. But no, I'm not that type of husband. I let her sleep a little bit longer. So she wakes up at 2. The baby wakes up at 2. I change the diaper. I'm feeding the baby. But my body is starting to go into shock because I've been up so long and I can't continue that. I felt like I was going to drop the baby. But when I'm feeding the baby, at 2 o'clock, she goes back to sleep, right? My wife is sleeping the whole time. So she been asleep since 8 o'clock. The baby wakes up again at 4 a.m. I get the baby, and now that's when my body start going into shock, right? So when I get my newborn, my 1-year-old starts crying. She's in her crib. So, like any 1-year newborn, all you got to do is change the diaper, give them a bottle, they fall themselves back to sleep. When I wake up to him, when I'm feeding the newborn and I hear my 1-year-old crying, I say, Coretta, she wakes up. I said, go, I'm feeding the baby. Can you go get Rayma? She says, okay. She goes into the room, right? I'm thinking now, we done had talks about this before. And I told my wife, look, all you got to do is feed her and change her diaper. But for some reason, she feels the need that she got to take her out the crib, console her. But now what that does, it keeps my daughter up. She will stay up, okay? So she stays up. Supposedly she stays up because my wife don't come. We're in the living room. The baby's in the bedroom. So because we try to keep both the kids separated because I'm in a 2-bedroom apartment, okay? So what I got to do, if the baby starts crying, it'll wake up our toddler. We don't want the baby to wake up our toddler, so that's why we're in 2 separate rooms. So she goes into the room, and I'm thinking she's handling the baby. When she's handling Rayma. No, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. At 2 o'clock, that's when I asked my wife to go handle Rayma, right? And I'm handling Raquel. So when that happens, she stays in the room. 4 o'clock in the morning comes. I wake up to handle Raquel again. I'm thinking my wife is in the bedroom. So I go in there and I say, Coretta, I can't, my body's starting to break down. I can't watch the baby no more. I almost dropped her when I was feeding her. Can you watch the baby? The first thing my wife says is, I've been watching Rayma for the last 3 hours. But she slept for about 6 hours. She slept for about 6 hours. And I only had 2 hours of sleep within that 6 hours. But my body's breaking down. So she says, I've been watching Rayma for 3 hours. I say to her, this is all I said. Well, all you got to do, Coretta, is feed her and change her diaper. Well, she was up. She put her in the crib, turn on the TV. She's not going to climb over the crib and lay down and go to sleep. She'll fall asleep on her own. So when I give her Raquel, because Rayma was asleep when I went in there at 3, she was asleep, right? And I give Raquel to Coretta. I walk back into the living room to go back to sleep. I lay down. My wife comes out, and then this is when I know it's a spiritual fight, because when you're in a spiritual battle, the enemy don't change his game plan. He been using the same tactics and tricks since the beginning. Everybody falls for the same tactics and tricks. You got to know when you're in a spiritual fight and when you're in a regular argument. Okay? So what made me know that I was in a spiritual fight? When she said this right here. I'm going to take the baby and go to my mama's house in the morning. I said, Coretta, you're letting the enemy use you once again. You're in bondage. Break away from that bondage. See, what y'all don't understand, the enemy could enter through you through different areas. If it's lust, if it's anger, if it's drugs, if it's jealousy, if it's what's the other ones? I can't give them all to you off the top of my head, but everybody has a sinful nature that everybody, like for me, mine was lust. I'm not afraid to tell that. I'm not afraid to say that. It was all about women with me, okay? I'm not afraid to say that until I gave my life over to God and told him to change me into the man that he wanted me to be. He took my lustful desires away. And all I had to do was follow the word of God, okay? So, but, if some is money, some people it's money. Some people's money. We have a plan, D. We have a plan. This ain't our first go around. We had a plan. We have a plan. But me, I was being more considerate for my wife, knowing that she'd been at the hospital all day and she's been tired and her stitches and her C-section. I let her sleep longer than normal. Normally, what a lot of people do with a newborn baby, because the baby comes, it goes to sleep and wakes up every 2 hours, right? Maybe you might get 3 hours with a new baby, but most of the time they wake up every 2 to 3 hours. The routine was, most people's routine, you just go back and forth. You know, the baby sleeps for about 2 hours. You feed the baby, and then you get your rest in once the baby goes back to sleep. And then the next time the baby cries, then it's on the other person. We have a routine. This ain't our first go around. So she goes in the kitchen and she says, I'm taking the baby. Now this is Tuesday. No, this is Monday. I'm sorry. We're in Monday. So why do you want to take the baby, take the kids, and go to your mother's house if you need rest? I'm helping you. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do as your husband. I'm not going to let you do it by yourself, because we are a team. We are one. I strongly believe in that. Once we got married, we became one. Okay, it ain't my car, your kids, my kids, your bills, my bills. It ain't, no, everything is one. Everything becomes one. Okay, so what happened when I heard her say that, it was a key word that she says all the time when the enemy is about to come in and run havoc. Okay, now, once she said that, I didn't say anything. I'm laying on the couch. I just told her, don't let the enemy use you. You're falling, you know, you got to bond. You're in bondage. You got to release that. You can't let your anger get put a footstool to the enemy. You can read about that in Cain versus Abel. Read about Cain versus Abel in Genesis, and it will tell you about how the enemy enters through your anger. Well, like I said, everybody has a sin that the enemy can enter through. Like I said, mine was lust. My wife is anger. You could put drugs in front of me, I'm not going to touch them. You could put alcohol in front of me, I'm not going to touch them. I don't live for money. Money's not because God provides that. He done provided everything for me. So I don't live, money's not my thing. Some of y'all would do anything for money. Y'all would do anything for some drugs. Some of y'all would do anything for alcohol. Some of y'all would do anything for weed. Some of y'all are jealous of other people. I'm coming out and explaining this to y'all and keeping it 100. See, I don't got a problem telling y'all what my sin was. And it's somebody that I'm not proud of, okay? So my wife goes into the room and she grabs her stuff. This is something that she does a lot, okay, when the enemy's using her. Now she wants to leave. Why do you want to leave? What did I say that got you to the point that you want to leave the house at 4 o'clock in the morning? If it was a regular argument, you're just going to be mad in the room. Oh, well, you know what? I'm just going to stay in the room. You stay in the couch, whatever. That's a regular argument. But for her to try to get up and leave, I knew it was the enemy. She don't have a reason to leave. But what she did was she walked out the house in her nightgown up to her thigh, no shoes on. Walked out the house, was outside for about 5 minutes. Came back in the house, put on some shoes, put on a jacket, still had her nightgown on, drove all the way from Riverside to Whittier. No, I'm sorry, drove all the way from Riverside to Norwalk. Now, what would make a person so upset and angry that they got to leave your house and your new baby that you're breastfeeding and go to their mama's house without the kids? All because I said, you're letting your anger use you again. You can't let yourself be bonded. I didn't curse at her. I didn't yell and scream. When I gave her the baby, I told her what was going on. I even tried to tell my wife, this is how you handle Rhema. So my wife is gone the whole time. Okay? She's gone the whole time. She's gone all day Tuesday. I call her, because normally I used to cry. I used to be upset. I used to pray to God and ask God, why is this happening to me? I already know why it's happening to me, and I'm going to explain that a little bit later. So she's at her mama's house, left me with both the babies, newborn babies. Thanksgiving is on Thursday, so she's out there all day Tuesday. I try to call her. I'm on a block list. I try to call her on Facebook. She took me off as a friend on Facebook. Why is her actions doing this? This is not that serious to be doing what she's doing. So I don't say nothing to her. I don't speak to her. I don't speak to her at all. But I'm still attending to both my children. Okay? So I'm attending to my children. Today is Wednesday. Right? She texts me and tells me I'm going to come home and leave breast milk at the door. Okay? So you're still angry. You're still mad, okay? You're going to leave breast milk at the door. You're not going to come in the house. You're not going to say nothing to the baby. And I don't want to hear postpartum depression or she's going through some things mentally, because I could go back and give y'all some other stories, because my wife, at first, I thought she was bipolar. See, it's a whole lot that I don't share with y'all, but I still love my wife. It's a whole lot that I had to share this with y'all tonight just so y'all can see what spiritual warfare looks like. It's a couple people that I done talked to that is my close friends, that I look at as my sisters and brothers, that knows about my history with my wife. And they could get on. Y'all just heard my sons tell you this is not, she does this all the time. And I'm going to tell you why the enemy does this, but I'm going to finish my story. So she had an appointment with her doctor because of her incisions at 3:00 in Whittier. She comes home after 3. First thing she does when she walks through the door, slams the turkey on the table that's already cooked. Goes into the kitchen. She don't say nothing to me. She don't acknowledge Rhema. This is not regular. This is not normal. She don't acknowledge her. She don't pick up the newborn baby. She goes directly in the room to pack. Now, you're packing clothes to leave, because this is what she done did in the past. She done did this. I done been going through this for the last 2 years with my wife, and she done did this over 30 times. This ain't nothing new. This is just the first time that y'all see it. But I still love my wife, and y'all know this because y'all see me always talking about my wife, posting pictures with my wife, because I love my wife. Coretta loves Rashad. The enemy don't love Rashad because the enemy don't like who I am and who I became. And his whole purpose is to try to have me bow the knee down to him by saying, you know what? I can't do this no more. I want to divorce you. I'm tired of all this. But God gives me the strength. Or he wants me to cheat. He wants to show God. It's kind of like the book of Job. He wants to show God that this person, Rashad, ain't who you say he is, Lord. That's what he wants to do. He wants me to go back to the old Rashad, the Rashad that was changed by God. See, but I know if I give up, then I don't have the faith that I say I have. If I give up on my wife and don't try to love her, because check this out. I could go in there in that house right now and love all up on my wife. Don't matter what she did, but I'm going to continue what happened. So she comes in the house to pack up. She goes in the house to pack up. Okay? She leaves. She leaves out the door. Now, when I went in the room to try to talk to her, but every time I try to talk to her, she gets loud. She gets to screaming. Why? Because we live in some apartments. We already done got 2 notices from management. 2 notices from management from neighbors complaining. I'm afraid to get a 3rd one. Okay? So when I'm talking to my wife, I'm not belittling her. I'm not calling her crazy. I'm not saying that you got mental problems. I'm not cursing at her. I'm trying to tell her, baby, you're being used by the enemy. You got to control your anger. He's entering through you through your anger. He has a strong hold on you. See, the enemy can't use me like he used to. Old Rashad would have went through something like this, slid in somebody's DM that I used to mess with, and bounced and went over to their house. But I'm not that person no more. You know what, Deanne? Look, Pastor, let me tell you like this, man. I'm not that old school of preaching no more, man. I'm about to just expose the enemy for who he is and tell people what he's doing. I'm not doing this for my glory. I'm not doing this for fame. I'm not doing this for attention. I'm not doing this for none of this. Everything that I post is to help other people, and this is to help people. I'm doing God's word. I'm doing his work. Okay? I'm doing his work because if I wanted to expose my wife, which I would have seen on camera, is me cursing at her, calling her names, calling her all types of everything in the book. But I let her speak and I let her show herself. But the enemy try to cover it up, and that's what the enemy does. See, I done tried to talk to a pastor and had a pastor come to our house about 2 years ago, and they ain't really informed with spiritual, because I'm okay. Let me ask y'all a question. When do you know you're in a spiritual warfare battle? I'm gonna wait for the first person to tell me. How do you know when you're in a spiritual warfare battle? This is not postpartum depression. My wife is not bipolar. Trust me, this is something I've been going through for 2 years. You can't be on postpartum depression for 2 years. This don't got nothing to do with postpartum depression. My wife loves her kids. She does everything for her children. But let me get back to the story. So she leaves, right? Now we got 2 cars. We got a SUV, and we got a little run around the city bucket that I roll in, right? So when I'm trying to talk to her in the room, she gets loud. When I try to console her, she says, "You're in my personal space." So it's like, don't say nothing to me. I don't want to talk about it. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to let you leave. You want to go to your mother's house? Go to your mother's house. No problem. So she gets in the car and she leaves. Then she comes back about 15 minutes later. Why did she come back? You see, because what she'll say is, I'm going to call the police before I can leave. Ain't nobody holding you hostage. I don't need to hold you hostage. But I know if you call the police, neighbors is going to let the management know. If neighbors let the management know, we could get evicted. If we get evicted, ain't not one of y'all going to say, you know what, Brother Rashad, you could come live with us. Not one of y'all going to say, you know what, Brother Rashad, y'all could come live with us. You see what I'm saying? Me doing what I had to do, just putting her on Facebook Live, was to expose the enemy. Because what the enemy been saying to me since 3 o'clock today, I could do this all day. I could do this all day. You're gonna get tired of me laughing and grinning. This is my wife talking to me in third person. You're gonna get tired of me. You're gonna quit. I told you I could do this all day. So what happens? So this is what she did. She takes our car. She takes the one that she's driving. She parks it in the front. She walks to the little car, because we got 2 cars, but we only got 1 set of keys to the main car. We both got cars to the little car. She takes the little car, drives it, and parks it in the neighborhood somewhere. You see what I'm saying? This ain't normal. This is not normal activity, people. She parks the car. So something tells me when she leaves in the big car, to go see if she took the little car because she done did this before. So when I come to the carport, the little car is gone. She drives it somewhere in the neighborhood. I'm standing in the front of my complex to see which way she's coming when she's walking back. Because when I go out to the front, I see the main car, but the little car is gone. So I see her walking from a direction. So I said, okay, the car is somewhere in any of these neighborhoods. So now I got to go find it. Why do I got to go find it? Because if she leaves and goes to her mom's house, I don't have a car for my babies in case something happens, okay? So I go look for the car. I find the car. I park it close to the complex, but around the corner somewhere else, because if I bring it back into the complex, she's going to do the same thing again. So when I park it, I'm walking back. She sees me. She's walking with me now, just in my ear, talking crazy. Once again, you're going to give up on me, Rashad. You're going to give up on me. See, because what y'all don't understand, it's a spiritual fight. The enemy wants to prove to God that I'm not as strong as he says I am. Because if we was in a bad relationship, my wife would have been divorced me. If we was in a bad relationship, she would have never, our babies is done with love. Those ain't no accident babies. She would have been left me. She would have been divorced me. She would have been gone. She would have been at her mama's house and never came back if this was not true. Okay? I ain't never put my hands on my wife. I ain't never cursed at her. So I'm walking around neighborhoods because I don't want to lead her to the car, right? So I'm trying to walk different ways so she don't know, but she's following me. I get to the point, I just stop. I pull out my phone, I start reading Bible verses. She comes, so she leaves, goes back into the house. I get the car and I park it in the back of this part right here, thinking I'm trying to hide it. It's not in our regular stall, but it's somewhere in the complex. She comes out and she starts fighting me to a point. A female neighbor sees me walking away and she had to yell and scream to tell my wife to stop hitting me. Now, my wife is not abusive. She never was abusive. Not when we was dating, not since we've been together. But when the enemy uses her, she becomes abusive, verbally and verbally and physically. Why? Because the enemy wants me to snap. He wants me to put my hands on her. See, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. He wants me to curse her out. He wants me to leave her. He wants me to cheat on her. That's what the enemy's trying to do. He's trying to make me break, but I refuse to break, okay? So, you know, I'm being hit in front of people. People's looking at us, and this is not the hood, people. I live in a nice complex. This is not the hood. This is not black people just in here arguing and fighting, Hispanics in here arguing and fighting, white people in here arguing and fighting. These ain't those type of apartments. This is not it. People don't hang out and be loud in their house all day. It's very quiet. People keep to themselves. It's very clean. It's very nice. These is not those type of apartments. But we already done had 2 notices saying if we have it again, we could get evicted. Okay? So my wife, we go back in the house, right? She starts to cook Thanksgiving. I'm thinking, okay, everything done bypassed. So I'm trying to have small talk with her. Hey, so who taught you this recipe for the stuffing and, you know, this, that, and this? I'm trying to have small talk. I go to the store to get some more stuff for Thanksgiving. I'm calling her, hey, what do you need? I'll get this, I get this, get this. I come back home. She's cooking the food. And so what God done told me to do is to love my wife. So as she's cooking, I say, baby, come here. Hold my hand. Come here. I say, look at me. And I'm telling her everything that a man's supposed to be when he's married. Okay? I'm telling her to look at me. She ain't trying to look at me. I'm showing her the pictures, all our marriage pictures and pictures of us since we've been married that spread it around our house. Look at these pictures, baby. This is us. We love each other. These is our children. These children was conceived with love. These are not accidents. I'm talking to my wife, calm and collective. I'm trying to give her love. I'm trying to show her love. You know what she do? She leave out the house. She finds the car. Once again, she finds the car that I stashed in the back of the apartments and drove it down the street around the corner. Really far away this time. But she left the baby in the house by herself. The boys was in the room, but she didn't say, hey, I'm leaving out the house. She just left our 1-year-old in the living room crying. But but this ain't spiritual, okay? Because that's not even my wife, okay? So, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna post a video to show y'all another spiritual fight. And y'all let me know if this is regular fighting or if this is spiritual, because y'all need to start seeing it. See, a lot of y'all don't know what spiritual warfare is, but I've been going through it for 4 years. So I know God done showed me through the verses, and I done lived it. So that's why I could explain it. I've been hesitant in trying not to, you know, I should have been making live videos of not just exposing my wife, but I mean, exposing the enemy. Let me not say my wife, exposing the enemy. And I supposed to been just explaining spiritual warfare to y'all. But I was not doing what I was supposed to do. Okay? So she takes the car again and she hides it. I have to call one of my neighbors. I could go up to his door right now. He said, if you need me, just knock on the door. I had to call him up and tell him, like, hey, dude, you need to drive me around these corners. You need to drive me around these. No, I'm not exposing my wife. See, this is what y'all need to know. The fight is not against Coretta. The fight is not against flesh and okay, what do God mean when he says the fight is not against flesh and blood? Somebody please tell me. If God said in the Bible, the fight is not against flesh and blood, what is he talking about? Because I'm not exposing my wife. I'm exposing him. I'm exposing him. Everybody thinks all you got to do is pray. Yes, praying is part of it. You know what? I'm about to hit y'all with when I hit y'all with the scriptures, I need y'all to really answer them now. Because I'm about to start breaking them down in the scriptures so y'all can really know what's really going on. See, what do the scriptures say? Oh, Jesus, we prayed for, we prayed, we prophesied, we cast out demons. And what do God tell them? I don't know. No, what did Jesus tell them? I don't know you. I don't know you. You could do you could go to church, you could pray, you could prophesize, you could cast out demons, but if you're not doing the work of God, his will, which is everything in the Bible, he don't know you. He don't know you. The kids is in the house. My two sons, my 16, my 15-year-old is in the house. They're in the house with her. She's not in there by themselves. You know, they're not in there by themselves. But I'm not gonna let her take my kids, and she's not in her right mind. Because what do the scripture also say? about double-minded people? Look that one up. Look that one up. Look, man, I would not do, look, y'all don't understand how many fights and arguments I done recorded my wife and y'all ain't never seen them. Because I don't need to expose her. I didn't need it, but you know, I was trying to tell myself, don't expose your wife, Rashad. Don't expose your wife. I'm not exposing my wife. I'm exposing the enemy. I'm exposing how spiritual warfare works. So anyway, she hides the car a second time. Okay? To the point I had to get the car and take the battery out so she won't do it again. So when I get back, so after me walking around and I get back to my house, she got the blinds, the curtains, the windows, all the way drawn back. Who's at their house right now and got their windows all the way open and it's cold outside and got their blinds all the way drawn back in their living room and bed and kitchen area? With a 1-year-old in the living room. Why would she do that? Because she's mad at me? This ain't got nothing to do being mad at Rashad, because Rashad ain't did nothing wrong to his wife. How many of y'all done been in arguments with your boyfriend and hid cars? How many of y'all done been in arguments with your wife or your wife, your husband, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, and hid they cars around neighborhoods? Is that normal? Is that normal? That's not normal. That's out of character. That's not normal at all. How many of y'all got your windows open right now? Wide open in the cold. Is that normal? My wife ain't crazy. She's not crazy. She's not bipolar, because what y'all don't realize is, and I don't want to give y'all too much of our business, but she had got tested. Because I had a pastor come to the house and he was like, you know what? Your wife may be bipolar. I'm like, nah, dog. I know my wife. She's not bipolar. I know my wife. Make a long story short, I finally convinced her to go get tested, to go get to see if she was bipolar. And the results came back in a letter and said she was not bipolar. Once I seen that, I knew it was spiritual. I knew it was spiritual. And see, when I talk to people, they give me the same answers. Oh, your wife is pregnant. Oh, she's postpartum depression. My wife's not going through postpartum depression. She's not, ain't nothing wrong with her mental. It's spiritual warfare. Even mental people don't act the way, they don't take cars and go drop them off and hide them. But what's crazy, this only happens around holidays or family events. Damn, what's tomorrow? Thanksgiving. We almost had a spiritual fight the day of my daughter's birthday, and she wanted to leave. Was drugged up with Benadryl coming from the hospital, talking about she going to her mama's house. Nah, you ain't gonna get behind no wheel with my babies and you drugged up off of Benadryl, drowsy as hell, and get on this freeway. It's not happening. But that's normal. That's normal. I'm going to leave this on live. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. Watch this. I'm going to walk in the house. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to put this phone in my hoodie. And I'm going to walk in the house. And y'all can hear for y'all. I ain't going to say nothing to her. Either she's going to act the fool because she don't see the camera, or she's going to, or she's done calm down. We gonna find out. We gonna find out. Exactly. They're unstable in all their ways. This is not. What brought this fight about is always something minor. What brought this fight about was me telling my wife how to put our youngest daughter to bed. That's what brought the fight about. It ain't had nothing to do with anything. It was me asking her, because she's always complaining about she don't get no sleep because my wife is selfish. And you know what? I remember when I lived in this world, I remember this woman that I was dating, that I was cheating on. I remember her telling me one time, she said, and she was a Christian woman. I'm talking about the one that get up 5 o'clock in the morning, read her Bible. This is when her walk just started, so she wasn't perfect. And I remember when I met her, we had a 12-year age gap. I was living in LA. She was one of the first women that I ever seen wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, read her Bible for an hour before she had to go to work. We didn't have